So I thought it was only fair that I bring it back. I recently just got it again, thanks to my friend Charbel. Go check out his TikTok. Which I'll actually say right now.
It started at Coalescence Singapore in 2070. 10 years after the disaster. After virus 6115 began its spread.
Yeah. At stepbro_Zubra. Zubra. Right? Well, go follow his TikTok, check him out. It's honestly does amazing stuff.
Dead killers, we were called.
So anyway,
cybernetic augmentations.
Let's get into it.
We were impossible to infect. We were trained to terminate the undead.
I know a lot of people like the story, so I'll be nice and I'll leave a story for them.
Hendricks was on edge. We were in a quarantine zone, one of many walled-off areas separating humanity from the undead, built to keep the virus and the infected behind their wall, away from the rest of us. The undead weren't our only concern. The 54 Immortals, a local combine who remained in the containment zone, were aware of Taylor's activity. This place was the epicenter of the epidemic. The 2060 Coalescence disaster created the cursed world we lived in today. Any activity at this site would set off alarm bells. Either way, our troubles were only just beginning.
Oh, that's something I need to change. Being controls. Target assist disabled. There we go. That's better. Oh damn it. I've got random weapons or something in this game. Pistol whip. Pistol whip. Pistol whip. It's good to be back. No joke, it's been 3 years since I've played this. It's actually my first stream I ever did was this campaign.
We should have known that the ASP was on one side. If we were going to bring it down, we'd need to disable his shield and find a rocket launcher. Hendricks had a bad feeling about this. He wasn't the only one. I knew we shouldn't be there.
Oh god. What I find funny is there's actually like mystery boxes around the map.
Coalescence. Enhance yourself for a better tomorrow. They've been the forefront of technology, always wanting to improve the individual, the future of you.
What happened? What went wrong?
The coalescence disaster happened. Virus 6115 spread throughout Singapore and strains popped up all over the world. Governments built these quarantine zones to house the undead. A way for the populace to ignore what was happening. 10 years on, and it had worked. We put it out of mind. Ignorance was bliss.
What was so special about this operation?
It was supposed to be by the books. 5 years after our cybernetic augmentations, Hendricks and I were a well-oiled machine.
Hey,
Quarantine sweeps,
mystery box.
Recon, search and rescue. It's just
Hi,
what
Alicia.
dead killers do. But we'd never been sent after one of our own before. John Taylor's systems had
do I keep opening the mystery box, or do I keep this?
Neural interface were hardwired into Winslow Accord servers. Observation knew if you were dead, you were alive. For Taylor to be neither, that was unusual.
Do I keep opening the mystery box, or do I just take my burst and continue? Maybe when I find something dumb.
We located an EMF source and uploaded it
So
to
keep
Sentinel.
opening the
It
box
was a
till I get
54
something
immoral
dumb.
audio
Got
log
it.
detailing unusual activity coming from the server room at the lowest level of the building. It couldn't have been more than a week old. Probably why Taylor's team had been sent to investigate. Hendricks activated a recon drone to scan for life. We picked up a signal coming from far below.
I want the minigun.
We stood there in the atrium. I felt like Alice. And we were about to jump down the rabbit hole.
Look how tiny that side is. Actually looks, it's like rusted. No. Okay. This is pretty dumb. What's he in? What about the big gun? That's what I'm trying to get. I want I want the minigun in it. I want the minigun or the war machine. Oh, so close. Yeah. So it's a kimbo. That's what that is. When I get to it, it's a kimbo. Meaning I can't aim down sight. If I press the aim button, okay. High caliber and FMJ with burst, so extreme damage with 3 bullets. You know, I'm just gonna take it. I love pistols, so.
Our drone picked up activity ahead. We should have known we weren't alone down here.
Insta-kill. Don't tempt me. max ammo. Who needs a gun when you've got a gun butt? Another max ammo. Oh, shotgun. No, I'm taking the shotgun. Yes, these are everything I've killed so far has been zombies. So it's just okay. So this kind of follows the main campaign story at some parts, but at the same time, in this world, instead of like the war going how it did, a virus started in Singapore, which then infected and spread it across the entire country. The world thought they were safe because Singapore shut down and like walled off, but
one directive: kill the dead. Years later, they're still killing, but with decrepit programming, somehow humans have been added to their kill list, indistinguishable from our brainless counterparts. The strange behavior was observed in multiple quarantine zones. Another nuisance for us to deal with while on recon. We moved on.
I just love shotguns.
We reached the silo's floor, but the signal came from lower still. Below coalescence.
Leave your bullets for the living targets. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Why did no one take 3 hits to melee? Okay, so green-eyed ones take 3 hits, red-eyed ones take 1. I'm not quite sure. Like, nope, I want my shotgun. Where is the other player? So it's not another player, it's AI. And there he is. He is Hendrix. He doesn't do much. He just... Blue 42! Blue 42! Gridiron jokes. Hey! Fast mag shotgun. Bunk. Yeah. So it's just me playing. It's just an AI who's working with me. Give me the teddy bear. How many zombies spawn here? Oh, there we go. Bear.
Did you have any inkling of what waited for you?
No. In hindsight, we should have put it together. But the fact of the matter, that day was supposed to be like any other.
What did you find below Coalescence?
A CIA black project. Project Corvus. Unknown to the world. And unknown to
I got gun, walk on gun, walk on gun, got tingo.
as off the record as it got. A redacted footnote in Langley's history book.
Oh, yes! There we go.
It would have been easier. For me. For Hendricks. For the world.
Is it such
I
a
did
bad
it.
thing
I got it.
to want to be blissfully ignorant in the face of daunting adversity?
We didn't have a choice.
Those who find fate thrust upon them rarely do.
Oh, I can't melee with it though. I can't melee while holding the death machine. So I sacrificed my speed and melee for this. I can still slide though, so not all is lost. No, this isn't right. No. Insta kill. Now that matters, like.
human testing lab. What awaited you there?
We found the truth. The cause of the disaster.
You are certain of this?
We didn't have the full picture. Not yet. But this was the source. We knew coalescence was where the virus originated. But residue of 6115 in the air left no doubt. This was where it all began. When the disaster happened, hundreds of thousands died instantly. They were the lucky ones.
My character's just walking around with a death machine.
Changed. From the living into the living dead. These test subjects, they were linked together, connected with a direct neural interface. Their minds hardwired into the central server. Hendricks didn't like what he saw. You knew something was wrong. The same tech in our own heads made us what we were. It was down here in this room. We didn't know what happened, but the data didn't lie. Man did what man always does, playing God, fucking everything up. We, the CIA, man, we created these things. We changed the world.
How do you mean, changed the world?
The Winslow Accord and the Common Defense Pact. We'd been engaged in a Cold War for nearly a decade.
This is my character walking around with a massive minigun.
Among us, we set aside the differences. For all
I never noticed that playing the first time around.
Two things in common.
But like your character actually walks around with the gun that you last had.
The source of the signal?
No, but it looked like Taylor had come through. Our answers were still further down.
I can easily jump up there. What do you mean you need a boost? Ow. We're just gonna hit the mystery box. Oh, nah. I'll keep the minigun.
When you found the server room, did you have any idea what you would uncover?
We couldn't have known. We found Sebastian Diaz. One of Taylor's. Another dead killer. Our friend. He'd linked himself to the CIA server, connected directly with the Winslow Accord systems. He was deactivating defenses for the undead quarantine zones all over the world. The massive walls containing the spread. keeping us from the undead. Deactivating the defenses would let the flesh-eating hordes loose upon the living. It would end humanity. We had to stop it. The only way to stop it now is by destroying the server.
Grenade. Alright, can't melee. Death machine equals OP. Yes, I'm destroying Microsoft headquarters right now. Actually, I wouldn't. I was gonna say, most of the stuff I use is, like, Microsoft based, so can't really do that. Game is just like, let's give him all the shotguns. Nah, Google is the most used search, like search engine, so destroying Google would be a bad idea. The game really just wants me to pick up a shotgun. Yeah, we can get rid of Bing. I don't know anyone who uses Bing. Yeah, Yahoo is another good one we can get rid of. I actually like Firefox. It was when I used when I was a kid. I want to keep Firefox around. Yahoo and Bing, however. That guy got turned into a pancake. Am I still holding the death machine? Yes, I am.
You killed him. Your friend.
He left us no choice. Hendricks wasn't happy and let Diaz know that. He'd unleashed the dead upon the world. Hendricks knew what he had to do.
This actually helps you in the main campaign learn how to use all your robotics, like all your highly like advanced gear and everything. He was actually a good guy when in the campaign, but
was the only way to find him.
Knowing what you know about DNI, interfacing would surely kill him.
It didn't matter. We had to know. Had I known what it would do to Hendricks. From the interface, Hendricks learned Taylor was trying to get out of Singapore. There wouldn't be much time before we'd be too late.
Tell me about the name. The name Hendricks left.
The name. Deimos. The demigod of dread and terror. Hendricks, myself, we had no idea what it meant. But Taylor's team was obsessed with it. But more importantly, we learned our arrival on site wasn't a secret. We had company. Go Julan, leader of the 54 Immortals.
I mean, with a death machine, I don't think this is going to be a challenge.
They had no idea we were down there. Had they known. Oh well, I'm not sure things would have gone any differently. The Immortals had worried for years about another outbreak. This was the final straw, and contamination was a risk they weren't willing to take. They blew the supports and let the ocean flood the building. We needed to haul ass and get the hell out of there.
I wish I had a weapon I could melee and run with, instead of having this slow, hunking piece of metal. But in the grand scheme of things, this slow, hunking piece of metal is better than nothing. Oh, yeah, I'm doing it. I want mobility and I want speed. It hurts to get rid of it, but me saying I want to get rid of this hulking piece of metal immediately just picks up a dingo.
We needed to get out of there before the whole building collapsed. Hendricks had an idea. Flood the lab and let the water pressure jettison us out. Our lungs could take it. He just needed time to open the door.
I'm just gonna... Oh, right. It's one of the strong ones. Open the door, come on. Yeah, I will get it next time. Yes, because my shotgun is going to do so much to that at that range.
We survived. Taylor's team was making their way out of Singapore. But we weren't giving up that easy. We still had a chance to catch up before the quarantine zone collapsed entirely. We couldn't make sense of what they'd done. Their motivations, their actions. There was no way to explain it. At least not yet. To figure that out, we needed them. And we also needed to get the hell out of Singapore. That was the day everything changed. That was the beginning.
The beginning of the end, or the beginning of the beginning? The beginning of the middle?
I told you how this began. Now tell me why. How do I stop Deimos if I'm dead?
Your body is dead, but your mind remains alive. I'm connected through your direct neural interface in your subconscious. To save humanity, you must open the portal. If you are alone, the only way to do this is to train your mind.
Train my mind.
Beginning of a new.
Your ends perceiving your life. Only
Fair
then
enough.
can you alter them, change them.
This... Now this is insane.
Let me show you. Think back to when you first met Taylor. Think back to 2065. You're on a
So
train
this
in
is
Switzerland.
main
I'm
campaign
heading
stuff
toward
that
downtown
we're seeing.
On Taylor.
That's him. Commander John Taylor.
Yeah, so this is like
Dead killer.
what happens when you
The
see, like,
definition of determination.
start the campaign.
I was a rookie then. Fresh blood. There weren't many of us. There were more rumors about our division than actual recruits. They said we were engineered to be immune to 6115. That we couldn't get infected.
This was your first mission.
Yes. 5 years after the outbreak, most cities had at least one.
No, we're on a train actually.
But Zurich managed to stay outbreak-free. Now someone wanted to change that. Wait, this feels wrong. This can't be right. This can't be real. How are you doing this?
I am not doing anything. This is your mind. I'm the passenger, you're the pilot. But tell me, do you remember the train exploding?
No! Stop! Make it stop! Dr. Salim, what's happening? What's going on?
You must be calm. This is your memory, and you dictate the truth. But your mind can play tricks on you. It can deceive you, and it can lie.
Yes, believe the train did go boom.
But it nearly did. You and Taylor stopped it.
How can I see something that never happened? What the hell am I seeing? And why does it feel so damn real?
Human mind is fragile. easily swayed by an incorrect recounting of events. This was one outcome your mind feared. Start from the beginning and take me through the mission. Once we organize everything correctly, we'll be able to find the truth. Tell me about the raid.
The raid.
So again, campaign stuff.
They were planning something big, but they knew we were coming.
Stop. Don't rush through. Let us start with who was with you.
It's Taylor.
You were not alone, after all.
Taylor. He told me they'd received a tip about the Catardists. These undead sympathizers had sprung up around the globe in the years following the outbreak.
Pretty much. It's pretty much the Matrix.
The undead were the next step in human evolution. To become undead was to live.
Not quite. Technically, the undead can still starve, as Diaz.
Was it only Taylor? Was there anyone else?
Sebastian Diaz.
The man we saw at Coalescence, who would disable the undead defenses.
Back then, he was Taylor's second in command. He would take point on the raid. Hostile encounters were expected with the undead. But that didn't seem to bother him. They were so relaxed. The dead threatened Zurich, but they were fearless. Didn't take away our own fears. If I was gonna learn my shit, it would be on the job. This mission was my training. For him, it was just another day in their life. Business as usual. And business was booming.
No, I wanted a pink pistol. There it is.
What are these drops I keep seeing? I saw them in Coalescence too.
It is your mind trying to help you through your memories. Weapons, abilities, powers. Use them or don't, but they may offer you a temporary advantage. Where did Diaz take you next?
We still have to get to the factory entrance.
Okay, I'm hoping for a Lotus on this map. Damn, this thing has no recoil. I'm not even holding the aim button. I'm just gonna... that was me not holding the aim button. Just... recoil on it did not exist. A lot of guns are like that in VO3. Oh, come on. Where did my boost go? sure that guy was just holding a gun. Okay. Apparently standing against a zombie in this causes you to die. This gun is horrible. No, give me that. There we go.
The entrance was locked. We had to destroy a generator to get it open. That was around the corner, with more dead standing in our way. I had an arsenal in front of me, but Diaz made it clear. He told me to run point on the ground. He was curious.
In a way, he was acting as your...
Billy, for streaming Vanguard's campaign, I tried to stream Cold War's campaign. People hated it and made it very well, someone hated it and made it very clear that they hated it. So, it's completely up to you. Hey, Quickfoot. Is that... No, that's another teddy bear. Oh. Didn't know the undead were affected by flashbangs. Good to know though. How do you want me to destroy it? Like, I'm here. Ow.
The Catardus base of operations was just ahead. Once we were inside, we'd be able to figure out what they were planning.
No magic box yet.
explain. What's happening? I can't...
Stay
Yeah.
with me. Come
That was
back.
campaign stuff as well.
I don't understand.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know. I saw robots and they were ripping. What's happening to me? What was I seeing?
It is a lapse. Your mind is wandering into the unknown. Your subconscious finding fears, dreams, doubts. Stay with me. You're still in the factory. You were about to make a discovery.
Yes, there was a console head. Diaz told me to interface to get access to their network. We had to.
Had
find
you ever
out
extracted information with your DNI before?
No. Nothing can really prepare you for it. The flood of data, endless streams of infinite information. It's instantaneous. And
But then
eternity. The Cotardas have
uninstalled
contact.
the Cold
Inside
War
man
campaign
called
anyway
us
to clear up some extra
headquarters.
space.
We had his address, ID number, security details.
I'm
He
hungry.
had extensive security clearance at Coalescence. Specifically, he had access to 6115.
Then let us do just that. Let us find him. Take me to his apartment.
I did. I grabbed a little snack bar.
We were ready to breach, but it didn't go as planned. He was ready. I had to get him through. Our mark was going to release 6115 into the surrounding area.
Remember, walk before you run. You weren't alone. Who else was there? Taylor?
Taylor. Yes, he discovered our mark had just unleashed the virus into Old Town, turning civilians into the living dead. But Taylor didn't lead that day. No, he had Overwatch. He was our eyes in the sky. Sarah Hall, the team's intelligence expert, was with me. She had point. She found our mark. Apparently his supply of 6115 was 10 times what we initially believed. Enough to turn all of Zurich into a city of the dead. Hall had been with Taylor as long as Diaz. He practically raised her, trained her. He made her. With Taylor in the sky, Hall was our feet on the ground. She didn't have as much patience for fresh blood as Diaz. She was direct and focused. And right now she was about to give me a lesson in target acquirement. This guy didn't mess around. He had DNI just like us. He was hijacking any robotics he could, sending them after us.
Staircase. But I feel like, yeah. Ow.
What happened when you caught him?
Our mark was bleeding out after that fall through the ceiling. Time wasn't on our side and we needed information.
So what did you do?
I would do what Hendricks did in Coalescence. I had to interface with him. Extract the information
You
from his
make it
memories.
sound cold. You would be diving into this man's mind. A dangerous task. A terminal task.
But you have to make it cold. Detach yourself from the person. It was our first time performing this sort of interface, and Hall wanted to get that point across above all else. It's nothing personal because there is no person. They're not humans.
Even though it
They're
would kill him.
database. Even though. It's ironic. Really.
Ironic.
Hall teaching me how to read a person's mind. It wouldn't be long before. Well, we know what happens to Hall. But we do what we have to do. This was the world we made. If we don't do it, if we can't sacrifice the individual, how do we
That is a
protect
heavy
everyone
burden
else?
to press upon the individual.
If not us, then who? This was what it was about. Being part of a
She's Cortana.
team.
Pretty much.
Being a dead killer. It's about making that sacrifice. Making the ultimate
What did you find?
sacrifice.
What secrets did your databank have
The
to share?
Cotardis group had set up shop deep in the subways. Whatever they were planning, the answers
Information
were there.
that would stop the bomb. Save millions of lives. The greater good.
Yeah. The greater good. Taylor joined us. If we were going to move on the subway, we had to act fast. The attack, whatever
And
it
your
was
mark?
imminent.
What happened to him after your interview?
He was gone. Dead.
Imagine living in a world where zombies were just a casual, like, thing you had to worry about.
We tracked down the Cotardis operations, and they were putting up a
Who
good
joined
fight.
you in the tunnels?
Taylor oversaw the operation, but the lead on this was Peter Moretti, the last of Taylor's team. And he was the guy you wanted when you needed to blow shit up. He was damn good at blowing shit up, which made him perfect. Fearing discovery, the Cotardis Collective had an armada of undead. and
What's a
patrol
panicked face
robotics
for?
guarding the facility.
Living in a world full of zombies?
Strange seeing Moretti like this. Knowing what happens next. He was crucial to
You
the
mean the
final Taylor.
refineries in Cairo?
He had a pivotal part to play. He just didn't know it yet. What he knew then was the way to the hideout. He took point.
I might play with it later. Something tells me I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah, something tells me I'm not gonna want a sniper here. No. I'll take a Kimbo pistols. Okay. Okay. Science test. Flashbangs vs robots. Yeah, just as I figured. Flashbangs don't affect robots. Okay, Call of Duty logic. So these two mags are taped together. To reload, you just swap it around. But after you use that second clip, technically there should be no ammo in the gun. Yet you just constantly flip the magazine around, so it seems to me that every single gun just has infinite ammo in each clip. So what's the point of needing to reload? Nope, sniper's not useful in this moment. I was gonna say Vanguard is cross-platform. So like, if your brother has it, you can play on his computer if he lets you. I wonder if a rain gun is a possible box hit from this. Right, I'm ready. Let's go. That protective of it, huh? If I'm going down, I'm killing myself. I'm not letting zombies take me down. Damn it. Yeah, why does getting hit stun you in this, not the regular zombies? No one's terrible at FPS. Like, look at me. I'll take Brekkie. I will just Kool-Aid Man for no reason. Like... Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, no, I shouldn't be getting stunned from being hit. Why do I keep getting below this? Locust. No, I don't really drink milk. No, fine, I'll take it. Okay. First two blow up with ease. That one decides, no, I'm going to tank every single bullet you lay into me. I think I've got them in an infinite loop. What? Okay, that didn't happen last time. Finally.
The Catardus group had planted a biochemical bomb containing 6115 on a map. They were going to detonate it in downtown Zurich. Their plan was to turn the whole city. Taylor said there wasn't much time, but I'd done good. For all the on-the-job training I'd been through, I'd done all right for myself. All that was left was to find the train.
Good. You didn't even need my push to the final memory. You connected events and arrived
Now
at
what
the
happens?
truth. Now we set things right. Through your mind, you realign the events as they
And by
occur.
doing this, if I work with you and remember the events leading up to Zurich,
You will be able to open the gateway. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let us finish here first.
Quite literally no one on board right now is concerned about the hordes of undead just appearing. A come on. 4 shotgun shots and a melee wasn't enough to kill that thing. The annoying thing about this, though, is I can only hold one weapon at a time. No, give me the main of war. That's fucking fair. Oh, this is a death trap. Not even fucking near me. No, and I have to go down there. Not even. No. Yeah. Give me that. This part of the game was just made to piss people off.
I found the bomb car. The whole thing was wired up, primed to... There wasn't time. I couldn't disarm it.
So what did you do?
Remember how we can't get infected? Some of the rumors about us were true. That's why I was there. Why we make the sacrifice. I used my cybernetic abilities to reverse the polarity of the train car and detach it. The car unleashed the gas.
And you lived?
I didn't know I'd make it at the time, but I turned out all right. It wasn't the last time I cheated death. No. No. I remember this place. What are they... Dr. Salim? What am I saying? Taylor? Why can't I move?
You must let this go. Stay with... Relax. Come back to me. Come back to the void. Can you hear me? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. I'm ready to continue.
Good. Now that you've begun conditioning, let's return to 27. After coalescence collapse. You were trapped in Singapore.
With quarantine zones unlocked all over the world, we couldn't raise WA command. If we were going to escape, they were dangerous and unpredictable. They were no longer yours.
Hendricks trusted them?
What choice do we have? If we wanted out of Singapore, we had to go through the biodomes. We had to go through the immortals. Getting in was easy. Getting out would be another matter entirely. At the time, the biodomes were the safest place to be. With the outbreak of 2060, the Immortals seized the marina and dug in. The biodomes were impenetrable. Dead. Hendricks had a contact, Danny Lee. He was slimy as they come, but he could get us transport. Not only that, Taylor had beaten us out of the biodomes. And Danny claimed to know where he was heading.
They had this information.
Danny was convinced Gojulan had info on her central server. They were doing us a solid, really. But that didn't come cheap. They wanted food, water, weapons, reinforcements from the Winslow Accord. We agreed to their terms, with no idea if we could over it. The Immortals were a people of their word, and quite efficient in punishing those who did not act the same. Danny was in a bad mood. The Immortals weren't exactly happy to see us. They knew our part in what had happened in Coalescence. Danny went so far as to accuse us of opening the containment zones ourselves. Hendricks persuaded him otherwise. But that didn't change how I felt. We were there. We had our chance to stop Diaz in the server room.
You cannot blame yourself for what is out of your control. There were powers in play far greater than your own. Powers with far more control. You were a pawn in his game.
You mean Deimos? Well, as it turns out, we weren't his only pawns in the realm.
How do you mean?
You can get us a ride out? Sure, I'll give you that. but claiming to know where Taylor was? Know that saying, too good to be true? Something was wrong. There was something malevolent, malicious. I called Danny out. I wasn't too happy with that. But then again, we assumed he was just scared. The outbreak now occurring worldwide was unprecedented. We were all scared. Up till now, we had become complacent. We got comfortable. The dead had stayed in their cage, and we kept pretending nothing had happened. Taylor and Diaz changed that. Pandemonium, riots, civil war, countries were already tearing themselves apart, in many cases. And it only took us another moment to find out why.
Legault siblings. Danny set you up.
No. This was different. It was their eyes. Hollow. Empty. Void of life. Like they could see right through me. They all had it. Just like Diaz. It was only later we found out all higher-ups in the Immortals were outfitted with D&I. Like us. If only we'd known the part our own technology would play. The thing about dead killers, though, there's always a plan B. We had a robot squad in place, ready if the situation took a turn. Gojulan bolted before our robots got her. She was headed for the server room in Cloud Mountain, the only place we could put in the call from transport. It became quickly apparent that uninvited guests had joined the party in the biodomes. The dead were flooding into this safe haven. It was about to become hell on Earth. We had to move. We had to get to Cloud Mountain. I don't know how the undead got in. A forgotten open gate. A child's mistake. A poorly nailed board over a window. It didn't matter. It was spreading fast. We were already outnumbered 20 to 1. The remaining humans scrambling away. They were locked in their homes.
No, fuck's sake. Trying to sprint, and the game's like, nah, fuck that. I didn't get a sprint.
Poorly nailed board over a window. It didn't matter. It was spreading fast. We were already outnumbered 20 to 1. The remaining humans scrambling away. They were locked in their homes.
What the fuck was behind me that I couldn't move? Because I know for a fact it wasn't a fucking robot or a rock. And it wasn't a zombie because I wasn't getting damaged. What's the point of having quick draw?
We heard that familiar screech. Parasites, mutated creatures born out of 6115 were flying towards us.
Nice.
With the shipping yard cleared, Cloud Mountain was just ahead. The server room at the top. We had a long time ahead of us.
That's a good question. I don't know. Also, what I want to know, if these zombies were previously people, why are they coming out from underneath the ground? Jesus Christ, this thing sucks. Wish I could have more than two, like more than one gun at a time. The only reason I hate nightmares is for that reason. Where? There was nothing there literally 4 seconds ago. What does this even do? Oh, it makes me move faster. Yep. Why? Why are there so many zombies there? Why isn't there automated defense system set up to deal with zombies? Shiva already sucks, you didn't need to make it worse by suppressing it. I literally just got rid of these. Oh, Jesus. No, I'll take high caliber and fast mags.
What happened in the server room?
By the time we got there, Gojulan encrypted her hardware, locking us out of the central server. Hendricks stepped in, but we were a few seconds too late. Damage was done.
Why did she lock you up?
It didn't make any sense. Sure, we weren't on the best of terms, but I This wasn't her. Something else made her do it. Something was controlling her. The encryption used a biometric hand scan. Hendricks tried to unlock it. But the Go siblings were smart. They'd set up an access system requiring both of their hands for authorization. And her brother was shredded with bullets back in the bar. We could hear the horde coming. And we only had one sibling. But she did have two hands.
You chose to cut off her hand. Why?
I hoped the biometrics were interchangeable, allowing the siblings to use either reader. If we were calling transport and getting out alive, it had to work. Lucky for us, it did. Hendricks interfaced with the system. He was able to raise WA command. We needed a ride out ASAP. They had a VTOL a few minutes out. Rendezvous was set at the top of the dome. But Hendricks wanted to know what Gauchemar had on Taylor. Anything, even the smallest detail, would be helpful in picking up his trail. That would take some time. And time was something we didn't have. Hendricks searched the archives. I dealt with the incoming horde.
Treyarch 2008, what's up? That seriously pisses me off. Yep. Meleeing right in front of a zombie. Yeah, it doesn't connect. I seriously want to know why getting hit by a zombie stuns you. Because it makes no sense. They're essentially just pushing you, so wouldn't it actually help you move? What I'm actually going to do, controls. It's a bit better. Let's turn my sense up.
Hendricks had pulled all the data he could. I hoped it was enough. Our pickup was in position. It's time to get the hell out of here. Our bird wasn't alone in the sky. Our VTOL had caught the attention of an old automated wraith. We needed to find another way.
this Wraith telling you? It was like the malfunctioning robot you found in different quarantine zones? The kind targeting anything and everything as an enemy?
Just like that. Except on a much larger, more deadly scale. And this one was very interested in us. Command had an exit route. Extraction set beyond the swamps. If we crossed the super trees, there were shipping docks where we could commandeer an airboat. It's easier said than done. Between the flesh eaters and that Wraith eyeing us, our super trees would be no walk in the park. We had to haul ass and stay out of sight. But they weren't our only concern. Winslow Accord picked up chatter ahead. Apparently,
No,
we weren't the only
Brecci.
ones using the docks to escape.
Nope, no secrets.
The super tree was collapsing. The only safe route to the docks was up. Chatter confirmed the 54 Immortals were scrambling to get out of the biodomes through the swamps.
Of course I pick Shiva up.
From the sound of it, they wanted us dead as much as the flesh eaters did. Looked like we were jumping from one bad situation into another. Hendricks commandeered an airboat and set the autopilot. We had undead on our ass, and more 54I ahead. And that rogue Wraith wasn't done with us yet. seen.
What about Taylor? What did Hendricks learn from the servant?
Nothing. He's been wiped. Taylor's enemy. And the virus. 6115 wouldn't stop this time. The Winslow Accord and CDP had been thrown into chaos. We'd lost Hong Kong, Berlin, and Cairo. And it was just getting started. What would come next? How the world would change? There was no way to be ready for that. 5 years. 5 long, dark years. Opening the quarantine zones did exactly as we feared. And by 2075... a faded reminder of our inability to stop Armageddon. There was still a Winslow Accord site ordinance in place, but he was a distant memory. Until the aquifers. We were on a routine bombing run outside Cairo. Our orders were to bomb the dead into the next life. Our target was Catardus Colony. They'd taken over a refinery. It was a well-armed facility protecting them from the dead.
Have all this high-tech, like all this super high-tech gear, and we're still flying around in regular, fighter jets. Yeah, they are, but like, why have all this high-tech gear and not have stupidly cool high-tech looking jets?
This was a routine sweep. Every time another sympathizer colony sprouted up, we'd squash it back down. As far as we were concerned, we were doing the world a favor.
Technically, this is the US government.
We moved on the array.
They'd find a
The
way.
undead sympathizers weren't going down without a fight.
Where? What hit me there?
support detail needed a few moments to disable the array. Lucky for me, I had more hostiles to keep me occupied. Disabling the comms would take some time. Our support detail dealt with that. I dealt with reinforcements. Disabling the comms would take some time.
Yep. Instant killed by absolutely fucking nothing. All weapons have recoil. It's this. Okay, he came out of nowhere.
The station disabled, we had to get back to our bird.
Not quite.
The array was ahead. Bring it down, we'd be one step closer to eradicating this colony.
Who is shooting me?
Disabling the comms would take some time. Our support detail dealt with that. I dealt with reinforcements.
You mean there's enemy hostiles? There was no
The
one.
array was ahead. Bring it down, we'd be one step closer to eradicating this colony.
Whatever. Attempt to literally turn around for 4 seconds.
Disabling the comms would take some time. Our support detail dealt with that. I dealt with reinforcements. With the comms disabled, we needed to get back in the air.
Give it to me.
With their comms jammed, the next step was to breach the control room to take back the facility. There was access ahead. I just needed to get through the flooded room in front of me. Our support detail insisted on coming with.
When you were swimming, something went wrong.
Our DNI. There was a malfunction.
What did you see?
I saw... I was drowning. I thought I heard...
This is not your time. Get back up. Do not trust him. Everything is not what it seems.
What did you hear?
Nothing. I couldn't make it out.
Get up.
When I woke up, someone pulled me out of the water. Someone saved me.
Saved you.
The guardian angel. Someone watching over me. My support detail. She got through somehow and pulled me out. She brought me back from the brink. She said it wasn't my time. My work wasn't done. I had to stop Taylor. I don't know how she knew. It didn't make any sense.
Did you know her? This woman?
No. I'd never worked with her before today.
And yet she knew about Taylor. She knew about what happened. And you're sure she was there?
What? Why? You think I made her up?
You yourself said your DNI systems were malfunctioning.
What? You gonna tell me I'm crazy next? I know what I saw. I did not make her up. I didn't fucking imagine her.
Did she have a name?
Of course she had a fucking name. The Guardian Angel. She said her name was Kane. She told me she'd help me get through this. She said we had to move. Control was beyond a server room ahead. If we were going to take the refinery from these dead sympathizers, we needed to clear it out. If we couldn't, we would be on to Plan B.
Plan B?
Plan bomb this shithole to hell. We prepped to breach, but it turns out our enemies planned ahead. The explosion blocked our path. We had to double back. It caught us off guard. But the noise also caught the undead's attention. We regrouped with our allies. That's Egyptian Army Lieutenant Ziad Khalil, friend of ours. He was durable, seasoned. He defended his home through undead wars. He wouldn't go down without a fight.
What was the plan?
Khalil would move on Control from the exterior. I'd sweep the dead from the air. Our guardian angel accompanied me. She told me the answer to finding Taylor was on this refinery. Why she thought that. How she knew that. It was surreal.
Right, I think after this mission I'm gonna call it quits for now, and I'll probably continue the series in a couple days. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the next tree cutscene. When Khalil took the control room, he found something on the security footage. Something we needed to see.
Taylor.
Like seeing a ghost. We just stumbled upon him. This wasn't just a Cotardis colony. This was Taylor's hideout. They were already evacuating Taylor. We locked down the facility, separating Taylor and his associate, Moretti.
Who did you go after?
It was too late for Taylor. The Cotardas put him on a VTOL. We'd go after Moretti. Command informed us the kill order was still active. Hendricks didn't like that, but it wasn't his call.
How did you...
5 years. 5 years after our fuck-up, and we could fix it. I'd gladly take the shot. Moretti was just below us. If we were gonna get him, we'd need to take a shortcut.
Shortcut?
A leap of faith.
Listen to her. Trust her. Find Taylor.
How was Hendricks coping with the change of plans?
He was upset. And why wouldn't he be? Command wanted our friends dead. He wanted to bring Moretti in alive.
But that wasn't all, was it?
No, Hendricks had been different since Singapore.
In what way?
Every way. Aggressive, angry. He was losing perspective. I knew something was just off. Should have known what happened.
How could you have known? Even if you had, what could you have done? You seemed so certain of his intentions.
We all battle inner demons and our choices. Hendricks, Taylor. That whole team rose the ranks together, fought alongside each other. Little did we know one of his friends was watching us. Moretti had locked himself in the security room. Only way in was to cut the power. To do that, we had to overload the generator.
And of course I have a sniper. Oh, come on. I'm not playing like this.
You cornered him. What did Moretti say?
He said that name. Same as Diaz. Deimos. He said if I wanted answers, I had to find Damien Bishop, a man we both knew from a past mission. Bishop could help stop Deimos. But first, I had to kill him. He kept saying, "This isn't me. This isn't me." He kept saying Deimos made him do it. So I granted his last request. I killed him as he asked. I did our job. It didn't sit with Hendricks.
Can you blame him for his outburst?
Hendricks was pissed because Moretti was our link to finding Taylor. A link I just severed and split open on a spike. And the guilt I carried all those years that I channeled inward, Hendricks channeled outward. At me. This was our chance to fix our mistake, and I fucked that up. Hendricks said I may as well have damned the world myself. I'd had enough. I knocked some sense into him. Sometimes it was the only way to get through. I told him what Moretti had told me about Bishop, Deimos, whoever the hell he was. The mention of Bishop got Hendricks' attention. Last we saw him was back in '65, 10 years ago in Ethiopia. How Bishop knew Deimos, we hadn't a clue. But we'd figure this shit out, and we'd do it together. But right then, we had bigger problems. The Egyptian army couldn't hold the refinery. Plan bomb this shithole to hell was a go. We had to get out of there. Now.
That smoke was straight up just cubes. Thanks.
We lost Taylor, but we had a lead. Moretti said Bishop could help us find Deimos, which meant he was our next stop.
This Bishop.
Alright, well, thank you.